Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Eddie Star coming to you live from the trash truck, about to give it to you raw. And man, I'm inspired. I seen Lakers talk video, and I'm inspired. I'm inspired by that video. He was speaking about how Luke Walton is. The consensus is that Luke Walton's going to get the job. He's going to be the new head coach for the Los Angeles Lakers because it's just too much hype around it. So this video speaks about the hype around Luke Walton. There's a lot of hype around Luke Walton. Now, I'm for Luke Walton. Once Luke Walton becomes head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, I'm all for him. I'm going to support him. Now, I've been a victim of this. I've been a victim too. Matter of fact, when the Lakers did the big trade for D12, Nash, when they did that big trade, and instead of hiring Phil, they hired Mike D'Antoni. I was one of the guys, like an idiot. I was like, oh yeah, man, Mike D'Antoni's gonna be the guy. He's gonna have this fast-paced offense. It's gonna be excellent. It's gonna be like, man, it's gonna be Nash throwing dimes he's gonna be dropping dimes like the Damian Lillard little rap song. And it was a complete failure because Nash had injuries. Dwight didn't want to run pick and rolls. So you kind of see this happening. And I kind of seen this happening with Brian Shaw. You guys remember Brian Shaw. Right after this, around that time we were searching for coaches. They were like, why won't the Lakers hire Brian Shaw? And there was a lot of hype around Brian Shaw because he was kind of he was seen as a coach that's under Phil and was tutored by Phil. So the reason why I bring up Brian Shaw is because I see the same hype that's going on with Luke Walton. Luke Walton is seen as this guy that's going to break down. I mean, he's going to break barriers. He's going to be the next guy. He's going to be the new dude. And it's not so much against Luke Walton. It's more a question to you guys as Laker fans. Are you guys going to really be supportive of him once we start getting 10-game losing streaks, or it really depends. How successful he is depends on who we get in free agency, who we draft, if we get a draft pick. It's going to be largely dependent on that, how successful Luke Walton can be. Because I believe that Luke Walton possibly could be a great coach. But I don't know. I believe the record that he has was 35-4 is inflated because the Warriors, I mean, look at that team. Steph Curry's injured, and that team is still good enough to take them to the finals. It's unproven, but that's still a good team. When I say finals, I mean Western finals, barring any more injuries. Say like what happened with the Clippers, where you got Blake Griffin and CP3 injured. His record is inflated. That's an excellent team. Now, my question to you guys that are Luke Walton, I don't know what you can say. I don't want to call you a stan, but Luke Walton supporters, right? If Luke Walton leaves the Warriors, do the Warriors suffer as a team, or do they continue being a great team? Because my belief is that the Warriors continue on being a great team. That's just my belief. Now, Luke Walton, what is his identity? Is he known as an offensive genius? Is he known as a defensive? What is his identity? We don't even know what his identity is. That's my thing. I don't even know what I'm getting. It's pretty much a mystery package. Now, many people would say Steve Kerr didn't have any coaching experience. He was under the wings of Greg Popovich. He also was a general manager in this league. And Steve Kerr is great at what he does. I know a lot of people are like, man, how did he get a coach of the year over the guy from Boston? Over the coach from Boston. how did he get a coach of the year over all these other coaches who got the most out of their team and got them to the playoffs? But I say all that because some people are going to say, they're going to compare Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr didn't have any experience. The thing is, we don't know. I don't know if this job is for a first timer. As a Laker fan, I don't know if this is for a first timer. Laker fans, we could be pretty brutal. You know, when Byron Scott got here, who I still feel kind of bad for. I mean, I'm happy that the Lakers moved on, but he was in a situation where he was kind of seen as a rebound. It's kind of like when you drop your girlfriend and you get with another girlfriend, but I don't know. He was like the in-between guy. You know, they used him because they knew he had a great relationship with Kobe, and in order to distract Kobe from really going off and seeing how bad the situation is, they kind of used Byron Scott to kind of mask up how bad the front office was. So that's my belief. So you have that situation. It already happened. So now you're gonna have a new guy come in, and who is this new guy going to be? I don't know. Now, it's three things that you need as a Laker, as a head coach for the Lakers organization. You're going to need communication. That's number one. Number one, you're going to need communication. You're going to need to know how to communicate with the players and say, hey, Julius Randle, I seen how you played last year. It's excellent, but I'm about to take you to that next level. These guys have no idea how great you think. D'Angelo Russell, I saw your games at Ohio State. I seen the way that Scott had you playing this way. I'm going to, with me as coach, I'm going to give you a role. It's going to be clear-cut communication. It's going to be roles. If you look at the Golden State Warriors, everybody has roles. So I'm giving every player a role. I'm giving every player, they're going to know clearly what I want out of them every game. Right? That's what we need. Number two, you're going to need a guy that's going to be able to develop players. You're going to need a guy that's going to say, look, I'm going to develop, I know how to work with young people. I know how to make them better. I know how to develop the players. Right? And number number three, you're going to need somebody who can woo free agents. The type of coach where players say, I want to play for that guy. I want to play for whatever this coach name is. This is a guy I want to play for. I want to make sure I give my all when I play for this guy. This is what we need as a head coach for the Lakers. Those are the top three things before anything else. So you need a communicator. You need a guy that's going to be able to develop young talent. And you're going to need a guy that's going to be able to woo free agents. Be able to sit down in front of all of these free agents and say, hey, I know what these other teams is doing, but when you come play for me, this is going to be your role. We're going to make sure that we get the most out of each player. This is how we're going to win our championship. This is an outline. This is a map for how we're going to be competitive, at least. If not a championship, be competitive. So I respect everybody that's supporting Luke Walton. But I'm just saying, beware of the hype machine. There is a hype machine with Luke Walton. There is a hype machine. Now, who do I suggest? It's kind of difficult, right? Because I suggest they get a college coach. Kevin Ollie would be ideal to me, but Kevin Ollie is already making these unrealistic demands. I want input on player personnel. I want this and that. Jim Buss isn't giving you that. He's not giving Mitch Kupchak those type of decisions. You know what I'm saying? Most of those decisions that are made, those aren't made by Mitch Kupchak. This is Jim Buss. Jim Buss is like, look, this is what I think. Let's sit down, Mitch. Let me hear what you got to say. He hears what Mitch has to say, and he does whatever he feels like he wants to do. Because this past summer, they had the opportunities to sign Robin Lopez or one of the Lopez brothers. They had the opportunities to go after, what's the guy that plays for the Milwaukee Bucks, right? They had the center that plays for the Milwaukee Bucks, not Drummond, but he had a guy that used to play with him. But you had those opportunities for guys like that, and they passed up them, right? And I'm pretty sure that Mitch probably wanted to go after those guys, but for some reason he had to follow suit to what Jim Buss wanted. So that's just what I believe we need. It's hard to say, but I think we need to get a college coach. You need to get a guy like Kevin Ollie. You need to get a guy like you need to get a guy like that. Somebody that's a college coach that's going to come in here, develop the players, know the talk, know what to say to the players to get them in. And that's what I believe we need. But it's your boy, D Star. Like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share. Peace.